Bro, I need a new mic and a mic stand. This is ridiculous, bro. Well, I wasn't planning on this being the next video, but here we are. Alright, no sunglasses, so you guys will see me read what I wrote. Oh well. Woke up this morning, cooked the family breakfast, and I noticed Anthony Fantano,
the internet's busiest music nerd,
released a new video critiquing Kendrick Lamar. I already know what you're thinking. Is this going to be another Kendrick Lamar glazing channel? One, shut the fuck up. If you enjoy something and it's quality, you should be glazing it. It's called being a supporter and a fan. Glazing might be one of the most blissfully unaware phrases these YNs have thought of recently. And two, you're right. I'm not going to make this channel all about Kendrick. But hey, the algorithm's the algorithm. Don't get mad at me. Take it up with YouTube. Contrary to what most might think, content that's critical to things I like, I have a different viewpoint of my own on some of my favorite things to consume. Helps me think more broadly on topics, as well as it keeps me level-headed. Which leads us back to Fantano's video. In this video titled, Kendrick is Not Your Savior, Fantano goes on to say how Kendrick is one of his favorite artists and has created some of the best music of this era. But he has been critical of some of Dot's recent collaboration choices in relation to the moral stances he's taken in his art. Specifically, Mr. Tano is taking aim at some of the pushback he's received from his own community. Things along the lines of people bringing up some of Kendrick's lyrics like when he says he's not your savior or he's the biggest hypocrite since 2015, which ultimately Fantano is correct about when he says that those are some weak arguments when trying to advocate for Kung Fu's Kenny's position and sainthood that we, Kendrick Lamar's fans, have placed him in. True. We can't have it both ways, man. We really can't. You probably shouldn't run around saying how there's weird shit going on in the industry or how he's not proud of you niggas or Godspeed to women's right, then turn around and get on the track with Cardi calling him your evil twin. But here's where my issue lies. Among the multitude of lyrical analysis, breakdown, and video reviewing his work, particularly Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, there's been one point I've noticed that even Cole from Dissect Podcast hasn't fully fleshed out yet, but he is working on it. That being how not only are artists like Playboi Carti and Kodak Black are necessary counterweights to artists like Kendrick Lamar, or how them together better describes the black experience in the United States, but also, because of this experience, they're literally the exact same person. One wrong choice here, one different decision there, and we could be talking about Kendrick Lamar in a completely different light in this situation. No, bro. I'm not saying that Kendrick Lamar is out here beating pregnant women. No, I'm not saying he's out here making babies with every woman he's been with. But what I am saying is, due to the shared experience and trauma from growing up in poverty and being oppressed, gives them many similarities. And that goes for all of us to have this shared experience. Okay, so up to this point, I've done more agreeing with Fantano than opposing anything he's had to say. Rightfully so. Dude is no idiot by any stretch of the imagination. I want to get that across first and foremost. But this does lead me to the issues that I do have with the video, which is he's white, man. He's white. And he has no idea what he's talking about. Alright, now I'll admit, this is kind of clickbaity or just me trying to get a soundbite out here into the universe. Hey man, you got to try. But what I'm really getting at is the authority he seems to speak with when he's talking about Kendrick's decision on who to work with. He also does it again when bringing up XXXTentacion and Kodak. Rewind a few seconds and see what I'm talking about here. Now, I personally don't believe this is purposeful. At least this is what I'm choosing to think. But this does lead us to what I think is the main issue with the video, which is white supremacy and how it affects us all and creates blind spots. Come on now. You know I can get out of one video without bringing up the big dub S. You know better than that. See, I was initially ready to come on here and say how Anthony Fantano's success and whiteness is the real issue and how he needs to know his place in the community as a tourist. But honestly and truthfully, that's all cap. And that's not really what's going on here. White supremacy affects us all and everyone who lives within its grasp. Things we do, the things we say, what we wear, what we write, what's right, what's wrong. Even what we think is filtered through whiteness first if you're not aware of how the system works. And I think that's ultimately my goal with this channel. Not to try to make, white bad, black good, but to kind of be a gateway into these deeper discussions and using hip hop and media on a broader scale to get us there. And for you, the Fantanians, whatever y'all gonna call yourselves, that will eventually find your way here. Look, I'm a supporter and fan of Anthony Fantano's. The work he's done on YouTube, as well as other platforms, goes without mentioning. The years of hard work and consistency speaks for itself. I aspire to reach the broadness of his taste and reach in music, and to me, his spot in this space is solidified. And in the culture. I mean, let's look. There's a reason why he has a spot on Coaching United, and that we're even bringing him up here. But as he said, no one's infallible, and we all have blind spots. I know I do. There's some in this video. That's why I kept it real short. I didn't go in depth in any of the things and problems that I had. Maybe we will one day. Like I said, we all have blind spots. Do you know yours?
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night.